Hello, fellow traders. Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Tuesday, August the 9th, the year's 2022. Let's talk trading. How you trade part 2 with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and from Walmal. Walmal, yesterday I talked to the traders and about how you trade. There's one trader, I believe English isn't his first language, and he wanted to um, understand what I meant by how you trade. So maybe you can put your spin on how you trade.
Well, I think we talk about this all the time, but it's always, I guess, a good thing to go and review and summarize, and so I think that's a really good thing to do at times. But how do I trade? Well, anybody that's looked at the paper that somebody went and put out there on, I think, the Facebook page and maybe even on Presslick, I'm not sure, about the Walmal method, you'll see my trading plan that I wrote up. That's not my current trading plan. That's a trading plan from probably 2-3 years ago at this point. But, but basically the number one thing that's on there is, and it's repeated in big, bold, capital letters in red. Okay, and when I say bold, I mean not just like bold. I mean like the font size is like triple the size of every other character on the page, and it says "preserve capital at all costs." That's how I trade. Just want to go put it out there. That's how I trade. And people go and say, don't take more than 2 losses in a day. Don't take more than 3 losses in a day. I couldn't care about that. That's not how I trade. How I trade is I know how much money I'm willing to lose for that particular day. And as long as I have not lost that amount of money for the day, I continue to trade. And I go and trade and trade and trade until, either one, I've hit my limit of how much I'm willing to lose for the day, or 2, I've actually hit the limit of what I'm looking for in terms of a goal for the day, or 3, there's some other circumstance that comes up that prevents me from continuing to trade. That's how I trade, just over and over and over again. And, you said something to me, Tiro, one of the very first phone calls you and I had, and I heard you say this on other videos in the past, and that is that trading should be boring. And that's exactly right. It should be boring. In other words, you have a plan, okay? You write the plan down, you learn the plan, and then you execute the plan. And you just keep on doing it over and over and over again. That's how you trade, and it's just as simple as that. Now, the thing is, if you're doing that and you're not making money, okay, is there something wrong to the plan? You have to go and inspect it. Is there something wrong with the plan? Is there something wrong with the way that you're executing the plan? Is there something wrong with the mechanics of the plan? And when I say mechanics of the plan, I mean the plan's a good plan. It looks, on paper, it looks like this should be profitable, but for some reason I keep on losing on it. I'm not making any mistakes, but maybe it's just taking me too long to execute, or maybe I'm going and jumping in too early, and then I have to go and exit out because I'm not willing to lose that amount of money. You have to go and do those inspections to see, but that's how I trade, just over and over and over again, and it just wash, rinse, repeat, just over and over again.
Well, there was something you mentioned, and I think you might have to expand on it a little bit. You said, you have what you're looking for as a daily goal, but I know you, and I know you hit your goal, and then sometimes you keep trading.
Yes.
So my question is that there must be something, another step that kicks in. It's like after I've hit goal, then I.
Well, in the beginning, I was talking as a younger trader. I would, as soon as I hit goal, I just go and exit out, look over, spend time evaluating everything I did. So, I truly believe that, you're supposed to put in an 8-hour day, right? So, and so I go, and if it took me 4 hours to go and to go and make goal, I'd quit at that point in time and then spend at least another hour, and just going over every one of my trades. What did I do right here? What did I do wrong here? Not for the purpose of being, defeatist in any way, but more of going through it and saying, hey, how could I improve this? What could I have done better? And a lot of times, the improving and doing better is you just didn't follow your plan. That's really all it comes down to. If the market goes against you, the market goes against you. If the market smiles on you, the market smiles on you. You can't do anything about that. And but what I can do is go through the trades I took for the day and match that up against my plan. Did I actually execute my plan, or did I go and violate my plan in any way? Did I breach it in some way? And so that was the first part. And that's what I'm saying. I would just go and do that and just try to make goal, and and just leave it at that. Now that I've been doing this for a while, I know when I blow it, when I've violated my plan. I know it immediately. I don't even need to go and go and do that part of the day anymore. So I've got more time in the day to go and actually continue on. So now what I do is I'll take trades. And I think I alluded to this a couple of weeks ago. And I just said, if I make goal, I'll continue trading, okay, until, I just basically either run out of time, and just keep on adding on, or I go back, I have some unluck, and I wind up hitting my goal again. In other words, I've gone up. Let's say my goal was, $100. Well, actually, let's make it bigger number so it's easier to do. Let's say my goal was $500 for the day, and I go and I make it, and I'm up $500. I take my next trade. Okay, I'm now up 600. Take the next trade, I'm up 700, and then I take the third trade after making goal, and I take a loss. Okay, and now let's say I lost with a big loss, and now I'm no longer up, $500. I'm now actually only up $400. Well, at that point, I say quits. That's it. I'm done. Okay, and the reason why is because I'm very, very close to my goal. Okay, and and I don't care whether the market just, market luck went against you or you made a mistake. I just go and quit because, you're going to have days like that. There are going to be days, if you look at my profit sheet, it's funny because there are days where I'm way above my goal, and there are days that, I'm right at goal. And there are days even that I'm less than goal. It fluctuates up and down because that's just the nature of trading. And it's funny, a lot of these prop firms, that they used to have all these consistency tests, and one of the consistency rules used to be that you're supposed to be going and making about the same amount of money on a daily basis. In other words, if their goal for you was to make $1,000, because that's the size of the account you're trying for, if you made $1,000, then you made $1,200, then the next day you made only $400, then you made $1,000 again, their consistency rules would actually throw you out, because they would say that you're an inconsistent trader, even though you're still profitable, which I totally disagree with. But it's funny because just about all these prop firms have thrown that rule out because they recognize that we're human, and the market is something that's a living organism, and it just fluctuates. There are going to be days you can make more money, and there are going to be days you can't make as much money. So that's what really plays into it, Tiro, is just, what's the market doing? There are days when I'm sitting there and I'm trading, and it seems like, I can't lose. It just really seems that way. And why would you stop trading on a day like that? You stop trading when that stops happening for you. And then there are other days when, like today for me personally, it's been a very, very rough day. I'm profitable. I've made goal, but I had two really bad trades go against me. I didn't do anything wrong. It's just markets just went against me. I followed my plan, executed my plan, and the plan failed, I guess. And I had to go and make a lot of money up. Luckily, I didn't hit what I was willing to lose for the day, and I was able to make it up. And I barely scratched above my what my goal is for the day. And then I've taken one or two trades since then. It's I'm a little bit above it, but you know what? I'm probably not going to trade for the rest of the day. I'm going to watch the market, but I'm not going to trade because I'm having a rough day. So that's what you do, or at least that's what I do.
Well, I'm curious because I'm looking at the chart here, and a couple of hours ago, there seems like the price gap down. Was there news or an event or something?
There's no news today. I mean, there's some yellow news out there. It's just, again,
Do you have
that,
a gap on your chart?
yeah, there was a gap on my chart as well.
I was
In
just
fact, I
wondering
was telling the
if that's what worked against you.
it was, it was something totally unexpected happened, and that's what happens sometimes. The market went against me. What am I going to say? You
Yeah.
know, you just move on, and you just do what you got to do, and just stick to your plan. I know I've said this. I know probably sound like a broken record, but you know, just go and trade your plan. And the thing is, don't ask me. The thing is, I can show you what my plan is. But the thing is, if I give you my plan, the likelihood of you being able to just take my plan directly out of the box and trade it and make money is probably slim to none, because it's not your plan. It's my plan. And that's the thing I try to go and when I've had conversations with new traders, and I try to go and say this to them all the time. You can take somebody else's trading plan and then use it as a starting step, but it is not going to go and make you money unless you're really lucky. Most people have to take somebody else's trading plan and personalize it and make it their own plan, because TRO, you're a different person than I am. I'm a different person from another trader, and what happens is, because of that, our emotions get involved, and our brain management gets involved, and all those different things. There are things that, it's funny because I see trades, sir, and you take, and it's like, and you let them go, and that would wreck me. I mean, if I let them go that far against me before they came back, and then I'm sure I do the same thing to you, because I'll go and average in places, and you'll just like, I'm sure you're sitting on the other end of the phone, sitting there shaking your head like, why is this dude doing that?
Well,
It's just
actually,
because
no.
we're
I
different.
think the I don't really shake my head when you do it. Because in fact, sometimes when I'm trading and I'm thinking, okay, Walmal would probably, add in right here. He would, average in right here. Because see, usually
Right,
on the winners, because of the way we trade, for the most part, we're usually, out as soon as we see a couple of pips,
right,
or a dollar amount. But it's when the market goes against us, for 2, 3, 4 pips, it's like, okay, now what do I do? Do I wait? Do I average in, try and turn this trade around? Um, and
yeah, and
and that's part of the I guess part of the fallacy of trading, or of our thought pattern, in that when we exit, we like to see green, but it's like, one trade could be green, one trade could be red. And so it's like you're actually taking a loss along with a win. But from an emotional, psychological level, it's one thing when you take a loss, and you take a loss, versus when you exit, a bunch of trades, and overall you're making money.
right, and that's exactly right. I mean, and that's part of why I said this in the past, and I'll say it again, and that is that's why I look at the dollars. I look at the dollars. I don't look at the pips, and I don't look at the individual trades. I look at the whole. The whole of everything, because that's what matters. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Because the thing is, I can have a trade go against me, and I have to make a decision. Okay, the trade has gone against me. I can do a couple things. The first thing I do is just immediately stop out, just get myself out. And that there's nothing wrong with that. I did that for a long time. It works.
Yeah, and you know
Okay,
what?
but go
Walmart,
ahead,
the
Tom.
fastest 15 minutes of trading's over, so we're going to have to continue that. So, fellow traders, I hope you enjoyed and learned something from how Walmart trades, and maybe I can twist his arm and we can get him to upload his latest trading plan. Because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So, go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.